Welcome to Sew Anastasia. Today we're going to create a pizza patch on the Designer Epic. The first thing we're going to do is hit embroidery, and then we're going to find the pizza inside of the embroidery designs. This is a screen that pops up when you hit the embroidery tab. You want to hit the button down here that says Start New. Once you hit Start New, I want to clear my ongoing work. You're going to see all of these designs pop up over here. So there's menus at the bottom. So you want to scroll through the menus until you see the food. Menu K is the food. Pizza is number 3, and you want to select the pizza, and it's going to highlight, and you want to hit it again, and it's going to pop up on the screen. So now we're going to embroider this pizza. And if you want to see what colors are used in this, you can hit on the artist palette right here, the paint palette, and a menu will pop up and it'll show you what colors. Now I'm not going to use white, I'm just going to use the RR40 2401 instead of the white. You also want to notice that the embroidery hoop size is 120 by 120. If you do not have this hoop size, you're going to need to touch the screen and change your hoop size. So I'm going to use 120 by 120, and check this out, it's basically life size. So the size you see the embroidery on the screen is the size that it's going to embroider. So if you'd like this embroidery smaller, you're going to have to downsize it. Okay, so I have my embroidery hoop 120 by 120, and now we have to hoop our fabric. So I'm using a red fabric, and I have already put my fusible interfacing on the back. I highly recommend using a heavyweight fusible interfacing for this patch, so that way it's nice and sturdy when you sew it onto your cool denim jacket. You want to lay your embroidery hoop out so that way the closing device is to the right, and you're going to have an arrow at the very bottom of it. And then you're going to take your fabric and lay it over it, and then you're going to take the top of your hoop and line it up. So you want the 120 by 120 to be at the bottom, and you want to go ahead and place it in here and make sure it's actually coming out a little bit on the bottom, and then go ahead and click this shut. And then now I usually like to pull it a little bit and just make sure it's nice and taut. I don't want to pull it too much. It still should have some movement to it, but you shouldn't see any wrinkles in it. It should be nice and tight. The sequence of colors here is the order that the machine is going to tell you to change your colors. So the first one is white, and then yellow, orange, red, and black. I'm not using white because I don't want a white highlight on my pizza, so I'm going to use the crust color for the highlight. So that's why I'm using the orange color first. I have my first color on, and now we're going to go ahead and hoop the machine. Now what we need to do is hit go on the screen, and it's going to tell us it's going to give us some general directions here of what kind of plate do we have on it, what kind of foot are we using. I have this foot, so I need to select that. And once you have all your options selected, you can hit continue. And now we're in the screen to embroider, and it's going to tell us to attach our hoop. So hit OK, and then go ahead and attach your hoop. So the hoop is just going to slip in like so. It's going to click. You really need it to click. That's important. So now it's in place. It's clicked in, it's nice and tight, and we're ready. So let's go ahead and hit the start button. So the first red color just finished, and now it's time to put on the yellow, which is the cheese. And you can see on the screen here, it's also showing you that you need to put on your yellow thread. So it's very self-explanatory, which I love. If you're wondering how far along you are in your embroidery, you can check this guide right here. This is how many total stitches are in the design, and this is how many we've done. And for the color you're on, this is how many stitches it's gonna take. It's gonna take 4,435 stitches to put cheese on this pizza. Woo! Okay, so let's change our thread so you can take the orange out. We're gonna go ahead and put our yellow in. I just love this automatic needle threader. It's amazing, perfect. And then you can just go ahead and hit start. Let's put cheese on that pizza. Let's get cheesy. You want to keep repeating the thread changing process until your pizza is fully embroidered. And once it's fully embroidered, you're going to pop out that hoop and cut it out. You're going to cut it out right next to that black satin stitch, and then it's going to look just like this. And now we have a pizza patch that you can put on anything. Thanks so much for watching Sewing Anastasia today. I hope you had fun making a pizza with me. If you have any questions or comments, leave it below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And as always, check out my Instagram, Sewing Anastasia and Anastasia Chatzka. And if you're in Chicago, check out my boutique. I would love to dress you in my new collection. Also, if you want to check out my sewing classes, visit sewinganastasia.com. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!